It is Sunday afternoon, and more or less just checking in. I haven't made a video in a couple weeks, and there's a few reasons for that. I had, a couple comments from people asking if I'm okay and all that. Yeah, I'm okay. Physically I'm okay. Mentally, maybe not so much. I don't know. Got to be honest. The whole situation with the virus and all that is depressing me. Okay, it's not the virus itself that's got me depressed. It's the reaction that people have to it, and the reaction that the world has had to it, and how much things are going to change as a result of this. Okay, because I grew up during this, I was born in the mid-60s, and I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and for anyone that was born at that time, it seemed like everything, everything was moving ahead. Everything as far as, as far as freedom goes. If you're not concerned, there's a huge percentage of the population that's not at all concerned with freedom. So you're probably not going to get what I'm saying, okay? They think that freedom doesn't matter anymore. But for people like me, there's nothing else that matters, actually. It's not worth, for people like me, it's not really worth living in a world that's not free, okay? So, I don't know. Kind of dark thoughts over the past month or so about that, and it doesn't seem to be any better. I mean, you add to that the other stuff that's going on just recently with these riots disguised as protests. It's, I don't know. It's not happening here in Canada, but it can. See, that's the thing. I mean, when I was growing up, you would read stories like that, right? Or you watch, cheesy movies like that, predicting a future where everything goes to hell. And you would say, yeah, that's interesting, but that could never happen. Not with the mindset that you would have growing up back then, because everything was moving forward back then, as far as freedom and all that goes, But it's severely slid back over the past, 5-10 years. So you really can't say what's going to happen. And I got to be honest, it's a little bit depressing. Anyway, so I'm handling the sword that I made. That was another thing that was slightly depressing, is how poorly this video did. All right, after I put so much time and effort into building the sword itself and making it extra fancy, without any CNC, no CNC work here, all basically done with either hand tools or the minimum power tools. Use table saw, of course, and bandsaw, of course. You use what you have, right? And put the video out. That was the one on YouTube. The one that, the longer one is on the Maker's Mob. If you haven't watched that, you can go and sign up for free and watch that video for free. Watch the other videos. There's one more to come in the series, and that's the Samurai Carpenter. And that will be this Friday coming up. Also, I probably have some questions that I'm going to have to answer, and that'll be on Wednesday there as well, so you can watch that. I haven't answered the questions yet. I don't even know if there's any questions. I haven't gone to see the thing yet. After putting so much time and effort into a video and spending so much time on the project itself, you kind of get burned out a little bit and have to take a step back. So anyway, so here's the sword. Looks fantastic in my opinion. I was going to make a cabinet, either a cabinet or a table to put it in. You get these, you make these stands that these things go on, right? And I was thinking about doing that to begin with, but I think it's a little bit too simple. And plus then it's out in the open. I would really like to have it behind glass. So I was thinking about a small console type table with the sword inside the top and glass, above. So a glass top table basically, but made out of wood. And the sword inside there. I don't know what it would be lined with, maybe more wood, I don't know. Maybe some sort of cloth or something. But, you know, given how poorly the sword did, it doesn't motivate me to get cracking on that project. So I don't know when that's going to happen. Anyway, so yeah, what I've been doing over the past 2 weeks is I've been doing some work in my house, you know, getting some stuff fixed up that I needed to fix up. Lots of different things that I've been putting off and putting it off and putting off. You know, you live in a place, and if it's working, it's working. Especially if you don't have somebody nagging you to finish it, then you can finish it at your own time or own pace. And that's what I've been doing for quite some time. And so, yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. Stuff in there. I've not recorded any video about it because it's mostly kind of pedestrian stuff. And besides that, I just didn't feel like recording any video. I didn't feel like being slowed down by recording any video. And I'm gonna make a couple of videos for the stuff that I'm doing in there, but it's like the stuff that's coming up. Like one is a kind of a built-in for the dining area, like a banquette, and a table as well to go with that. That will be coming up. Another thing is it's not an island, but it'd be like almost like it'd be like an island in the kitchen. Right now I have the butcher block table that I made way back in there, and that's good. But I use it mostly as a table. It has the pastry top that I made on top of it, so I don't use it as a butcher block table. I more or less use it as a table or an extra piece of counter. So I was going to make something there with, you know, cupboards down underneath and so on and so forth. That'll be kind of interesting. And out here in the shop, I was working on a really neat idea for a quick release vise that I have to, okay, well, this 2 weeks off, you could say, from doing the videos gave me a chance to see, while I'm doing this mindless, like there's a lot of painting involved, there's some plastering and stuff like that. So while you're doing that kind of stuff, it frees up your mind to think about details as far as, you know, something complex like this quick release vise goes. And I was able to kind of whittle down the design to refine it a bit better. I've tried it, like I built a mock-up. It's around here somewhere, but you don't need to see that. I built a mock-up, and it works in theory, but I'm not sure, like I won't know until I build a working prototype whether it's going to work in practice. All right, it's a very neat idea though. Very cool. I haven't seen it before. So, but then I might go to the trouble of doing all that, and that'll flop too. You know, we got the floppy sword and the floppy vise, right? Unless you can make it eye-catching or give it a title that people say, wow, I gotta go look at that video. You're not getting anywhere with videos these days. It's as simple as that, you know? Especially if you're an older channel. An older channel seems to be kind of handicapped against getting big views on videos when they haven't been doing spectacularly. I mean, it's a different thing if you're putting out a video and it gets, you know, 250, 300,000 views. The next video gets the same, and more or less because they got really popular for whatever reason. But for an older channel like mine, it seems like the subscribers that I have, which is 850, little over 850,000 subscribers, are simply not engaged. I mean, this thing has 42,000 views on it. For an 850,000 subscriber channel, that's kind of pathetic. So, yeah, and you can say, well, okay, it's going to pick up views over time. It might, right? It might, but it's not the same. You know, anybody creative does creative things, they need that feedback, that immediate feedback as far as, you know, a success signal to tell them they're on the right path. You know, they got to continue with that. So, you know, I run up against this wall every once in a while, right? I'm just human, after all. And, you know, you try to push past it because you know that it can be just a temporary setback, but you know, you gotta kind of force yourself to get past it. And I've been doing that. All right. So this little step back to do the stuff around the house was absolutely needed for the stuff around the house. And it also opens the door for some other projects, like I just mentioned a little while ago. But it also gives me a break from this kind of stuff here, right? So I can feel successful doing that. I can get my fulfillment from doing that. And, you know, not being bogged down by filming and editing and all that and being concerned with this other stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I was working on that quick release Vice in my head while I was doing the stuff in the house. What else? Thinking about off and on about the bandsaw as well. I kind of put that design on the side. I am still going to do that this summer. I just don't know when, right? Because here it is, the end of May already. And that's kind of alarming because that kind of crept up on me, right? As it does every year.
Before we know where we are, we shall have the full apparatus of totalitarianism. The common people must know, must see. There are great traditions of liberty to defend. The tradition of liberty is all. The common people will let it go, oh yes. They will sell liberty for a quieter life. That is why they must be led, sir. Driven, pushed.